I'd now like to call on Minister of Human Settlements and Water and Sanitation, Lindiwe Sisulu, to come and give her tribute. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just need to make a correction here. I'm here in my capacity as the chair of the Social Transformation Committee of the African National Congress. I represent the African National Congress here. It's a committee in which Comrade Clarence served with distinction. Usapho lakwa Mini, NC nabantwana, nosapho lakwa Mandaza nezihlobo, usapho lakwaNgcuka nazo zonke izihlobo sika Clarence. Ndibulise ku-former Deputy President, ndibulise nakumfundisi nako wonke umuntu okhoyo apha. When Clarence left to go into exile, I probably was in detention then. I'd been working with Comrade Stan Mabizela, trying to make sure that we can recruit as many young people as possible into Swaziland, give them passage through for training. When I was released and I went back to Swaziland, Comrade Stan Mabizela could not stop talking about this boy Biza. I don't know whether he was Biza then. He was this perfect boy. He had all the qualities. Comrade Stan just thought that this was just a wonder of a boy. None of us around him could measure to this boy. But by the time that I got there, he had already transferred via Mozambique and went to Angola for training. But I remained with an idea that there was an ideal cadre that had come through our route through to Angola. I knew he was a friend of the family through his wife and my sister-in-law and Max. But I actually got to know him when he was working with us in the Social Transformation Committee of the African National Congress. He came to work with us at a time when we had decided that we were going to split the social transformation from health and just concentrate on how we can transform our society. Being a doctor, we always expected that he would be with the health sector. And he said, no, I want to be with you because you are the people that deal with all those things that I'm very passionate about. He was very passionate about the plight of MK soldiers who returned, military veterans, because he felt that we did not give them the kind of support that we should have given them as the ANC. And he came to meetings on time, always. Now, when we hold our meetings, we hold them on a Monday, and most of us would come dressed in a Monday kind of way, very casual. But Clarence always wore his suit. He always had a tie. He was always very formal. And he was always the first person in our meetings. He drove our agenda in social transformation and made us realize that actually, and this is something that my friend here, always used to emphasize, that it is the living conditions of people that will determine just how much their health system will impact. That while our people live in the conditions that they live in, it doesn't matter how much medication we give them, we've got to change the environment that our people lived in. He was very passionate that we should encourage sport in young people, especially in the townships. He was so passionate about this that we put it into our resolutions for conference. Today, in our legislation, we've amended the legislation that deals with municipalities. In our municipal infrastructure grant, there is a grant for building sporting facilities, and this grant was pushed by Comrade Clarence. We put aside through Treasury and him at the forefront of it enough resources to say it is important that our people are kept healthy. Our young people should find a way in which they're kept healthy and occupied. He was so passionate about his work and his health environment, and also the plight of the employees of the state. Fortuitously for me, I was Minister of Public Service and Administration at that point, having a great difficulty in managing the government employees' medical scheme because it was disproportionately allocating resources in relation to how long you had served in government. So those people who had served longer in government, which invariably would be the white people, would get a better medical grant, better medical services than those who had just joined, who would be largely black. So I said to him, but why don't I ask you to come and chair the GEMS, which is a government employees medical scheme? And he said, well, if you ask me nicely, I will go. And he did. And today we have a totally transformed government employees medical health scheme. Thanks to him. He cared very deeply about the plight of the military veterans, and I'm hoping that social transformation will take this through and see to an end. He was a special person in the life of the Social Transformation Committee. And because we've been urged to be short, I want to say from the Social Transformation Committee, we learned a lot. He was a counsellor, he was a brother, he was everything we could ever hope for. We leaned on him. For me in particular, I had a very strange experience once when sitting to him, and I remember talking to Nancy about it. I was sitting next to him and looking at him, and for some reason, he just looked so much like my brothers. He looked so much like my father, a combination of Solake and Lungi, that I kind of was... No, it's not what you're thinking. I realized why I loved him so much. He really was truly my brother. And perhaps what I saw in him was what I loved best in him: humility, care for other people, and everything. To Nancy and the children, I know your pain is so deep. No words will bring you comfort, but I pray that with times like this, we will get together and it will get better. And I regarded him as my brother, and I will be there with you as your sister-in-law. We thank you for sharing him with us and the kids. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much.